All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're going to tear down a really fascinating case study in product transformation. We're going under the hood of an app called Campus Connect to see exactly how they turned a simple utility into a powerhouse hub for students. So, let's get into the blueprint.
Okay, so here's the big idea, the core shift in thinking. The app used to be just a passive notification center. Basically a list of things that already happened. But they completely flipped that on its head. They transformed it into an active opportunity hub. So instead of just consuming old information, users are now discovering things they can do right now. It's really the difference between reading a history book and actually being invited to make history yourself.
So, how'd they pull this off? Well, we're going to break it down into 4 key pillars that made this whole thing work. We'll start with the foundation, the Action Hub. Then we'll get into the engagement engine that keeps people hooked. After that, the collaboration layer where all the magic happens. And finally, the intelligence layer that powers the future. And at the end, we'll put it all together into one simple formula. First up, Pillar 1, the Action Hub. You gotta start here. This is the bedrock of the whole thing. It's all about a fundamental redesign of the user interface to push you towards doing things, not just scrolling. Now this is where it gets really smart. They totally ditched the old, single, cluttered feed. Instead, they broke it into 3 super clear tabs. The default For You is all about what's happening right now that you might care about. Then you've got Activity to track your own progress, your stats, badges, all that good stuff. And finally, Squads, which is your home for all your different groups. This separation is so crucial because it immediately focuses your attention on action and opportunity. And check this out. This shows you just how deep their commitment to action goes. Even an empty screen becomes a chance to do something. So instead of that dead-end, nothing here message we've all seen, they use what they call a smart empty state. It tells you why it's empty, suggests what you could do next, gives you a big button to do it, and it reminds you of the value. They're literally turning every dead end into a new beginning. Okay, so you've got this action-oriented design. Great. But how do you make people want to come back every day and take those actions? Well, that brings us to Pillar 2. You have to build an engagement engine.
And this is the secret sauce right here. It's a simple but incredibly powerful gamification loop. Every time a user does something meaningful, sends a message, joins an event, they get points. Those points help them level up, and leveling up, well, that just makes them want to engage more. It's a classic feedback loop that's designed to build a habit.
And it's not just some abstract point system either. They make the progression really clear, and frankly, pretty desirable. You can see yourself climbing from a novice all the way up to a master. This isn't just about points. It's about status, it's about achievement, it's about showing off a little in your communities. It gives every single action you take a little extra meaning.
And look, if you're thinking this sounds nice in theory, I get it. But this wasn't some shot in the dark. This entire system was inspired by the mechanics of another app called 2Go, which used these exact features to grow to 21 million users. So this isn't a gamble. It's a proven playbook. All right, so your users are active, they're engaged. Now what do they actually do in the app? That brings us to Pillar 3, the collaboration layer. This is all about giving people the right tool for the right job, not trying to make one feature do everything. And this is a classic problem for anyone building a product, right? Do you build something for asynchronous chat, like a message board, or real-time talk, like a voice channel, or for scheduled meetings, like a calendar event? They all serve totally different needs. So Campus Connect's solution was, I think, brilliant. They just built all 3, but gave each one a very clear purpose. You've got chat rooms for your casual, ongoing text conversations. You have spaces for those spontaneous, hey, you got a minute? Real-time audio chats. And then you have sessions for the formal, planned-out study groups or events. By keeping them separate, they avoid confusion and give users the perfect tool for whatever they need to do. And that brings us to our last pillar, and this is the really forward-looking one, the intelligence layer. This is where the platform starts to get seriously smart, using AI to create experiences that feel, well, almost magical. So meet Lumina, and this thing is wildly ambitious. It's an AI engine that can take a complex STEM question, think physics or calculus, and instead of spitting out a wall of text, it generates a custom animated video to explain the concept. It's all about turning that I don't get it moment into an aha moment. So how does this magic actually work? Well, it's a pretty slick 5-step pipeline. First, the AI figures out what you're actually asking. Then it plans out a little lesson. From there, it actually writes a script for the animation, then it builds the visual itself, and finally, it optimizes it so you can stream it instantly. It's like having a tiny, super-fast animation studio in your pocket.
And here's the punchline. The average time from asking a question to getting that custom video is just 6.2 seconds. That speed is everything. Any longer, and the magic is gone. It's a huge technical achievement that makes the whole thing feel effortless.
So, let's pull this all together. After looking at all these pieces, what's the actual blueprint? What's the formula that we can learn from and maybe even apply ourselves? Well, here it is. The whole thing starts with a focus on real time. What's happening right now? Then, it's about making everything an opportunity to discover something new and take action. Every action you take is then rewarded through progress celebration. And this all happens inside your communities or squads, blending the academic world with the social one. Each piece just feeds into the next, creating this really powerful cycle of engagement.
And because of this unique formula, Campus Connect isn't just another version of something else. It's not Discord, which is really built for gaming and casual chat. It's not a solo tool like Notion, and it's definitely not a professional network like LinkedIn. It is laser-focused on one thing: helping students learn together socially and with a clear purpose.
So there you have it. That's the blueprint. It's an amazing look at how a shift in philosophy can change everything. And it leaves us with one big question to chew on. What if every app we used stopped being a passive feed of old news and started being an active hub of opportunity? Just think about what we could get done then.